You are watching Autofocus, the premier auto TV magazine exclusive to the automobile and its industry. This week we have a special presentation which dwells on the Society of Philippine Motoring Journalists' first ever recognition of the auto industry's most relevant CSR projects, the Driven to Serve Awards.
The new project aims to shine the spotlight on the auto industry's corporate social responsibility endeavors. SPMJ believes that these company efforts to uplift lives and improve communities are good news to be shared with others. Perhaps more than that, creating awareness in these CSR projects will help inspire other corporate citizens as well to do their part in this nationwide mission to help and improve the lives of the Filipino communities. SPMJ invited all the car companies in the country to participate in the search for the most outstanding and relevant CSR projects for 2017. The four categories for the CSR awards were protection of the environment, education, livelihood, and improvement of skills. SPMJ was ecstatic with the overwhelming response of all the players of the auto industry in the country, all of whom submitted a video presentation of their current CSR projects for evaluation by the screening committee. The car companies who joined the ranks of the participants in the Driven to Serve Awards were Auto Hub Group of Companies, Asian Car Makers Corporation, Car Covenant Company, Colombian Auto Car Corporation, Ford Philippines, Honda Cars Philippines, Hyundai Asia Resources Incorporated, Isuzu Philippines Corporation, Mazda Philippines, Mitsubishi Motors Philippines, Nissan Philippines Incorporated, Porsche Philippines, Toyota Motor Philippines, and Volkswagen Philippines. Distinguished judges from the private sector were invited to discuss, deliberate, and evaluate all the CSR projects nominated for the Driven to Serve Awards. Monsignor Pedro Quitorio of the Catholic Bishops' Council of the Philippines, Mr. Edgardo Gapos Lacson, Chairman of the Employers Confederation of the Philippines, Mr. Sergio Ortiz Luis, Honorary President and Treasurer of the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Dr. Cristina D. Padolina, President of the Centro Escolar University, Mr. Rodrigo E. Franco, President and CEO of Metro Pacific Tollways Corporation, and Ms. Millie F. Dizon, local chairperson of the International Public Relations Association and senior vice president of the Marketing Communications Group of SM Retail. SPMJ is grateful to the hardworking, distinguished panel of judges who deliberated and dedicated a full day to come up with the most outstanding CSR projects for 2017. February 23, the day of the awards, was a gala event, a strictly formal one graced by everyone from the auto industry.
Welcome to the first Driven to Serve Awards.
It was ably hosted by DJ Susie of Magic 89.9 and ambassador of Motoring Today's Street Smart Road Safety Project and popular DJ and event host Slide.
Your presence here at the Ceremonial Hall of the Marriott Grand Ballroom through the courtesy of Resorts World Manila, and we thank you for your effort and support of this event.
SPMJ is also grateful for the full support of Resorts World Manila by way of hosting the awards night. Mr. Martin Paz, Integrated Marketing Officer of Resorts World Manila, welcomed all the guests and VIPs from the auto industry.
Welcome to the first Driven to Serve Awards night here at our very own Ceremonial Hall of Marriott Grand Ballroom, Resorts World Manila. Let me start by congratulating the Society of Philippine Motorists, SPMJ, for mounting this actually wonderful event here at our very own property. An event that recognizes CSR initiatives in the local automobile industry.
The Driven to Serve Awards resonated with Resorts World's own CSR and advocacy as Martin talked about Resorts World's community building initiative that promotes Philippine tourism through their Pinoy Ultimate Jeepney. With this project, Resorts World Manila partnered with government agencies and NGOs to help educate drivers on road safety and discipline and showcase the Filipino artistry who use full-scale jeepneys as their canvas. Its contribution to Philippine tourism and increased livelihood for Pasay City jeepney drivers and operators have earned for Resorts World the prestigious Social Empowerment Award in the Asia Responsible Entrepreneurship Awards in Singapore in 2011.
The ones that's actually closely related to the motoring industry, if you want to call it that, is actually our Philippine Ultimate Jeepney, or PUJ, as we want to call it. It's actually an annual CSR event that we do. We're on our 7th year. It's almost a triple punch program that promotes the arts, tourism, and the livelihood of the jeepney drivers. What we do is actually we quickly design, we have a jeepney design contest. These are actual jeeps, which gets designed and then it gets exhibited during a certain time. There are judges who actually, and then the winner wins prize. But the key is, all of these jeepneys, they are actually used on the road. So they're designed better, which actually increases the livelihood because people want to ride the jeepneys more than the other jeepneys that are not decorated. So it's a lot of fun, and it promotes, well, tourism and essentially the jeep, which is actually a very own Filipino, almost like an original.
Resorts World Manila provided an elegant and sumptuous buffet of hot and cold items, a long salad bar, and a dessert section as well, which delighted everyone.
Well, I must admit, it was something that we really had very short time to actually decide on. But it wasn't really a hard decision because at Resorts World Manila, we like supporting, groups that actually support corporate citizenship. And part of our advocacy is actually helping out our communities. And when we got to know that SPMJ will be doing this kind of an event, plus it's the first ever, right? I mean, it's the first ever they're going to do it. So we'd like to support that type of an event. And we feel that in our own little way, we can actually not only support this, but also support the communities that they're supporting by way of helping them out in this venue.
After a delectable dinner buffet, SPMJ President Ms. Pinky Colmenares took the stage and talked about the essence of Driven to Serve.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first SPMJ Driven to Serve Awards Night. Tonight is a night to celebrate good deeds delivered in wholesale by people in the auto industry. With everything happening around us, we seem to have forgotten that goodness is a basic fact of life. But we want to still find time to look for good people. In this room tonight are all of you are good people who have been involved in good deeds given in wholesale quantities to communities where you serve. That is why we in SPMJ, we thought and we were encouraged and inspired to give a recognition to the good deeds that people in the auto industry have been doing under the name of Corporate Social Responsibility, or CSR. Tonight, we want to celebrate this basic human fact of life, goodness, and we want to recognize the people and the corporations who are behind these great projects. Through this Driven to Serve Awards, we would like to inspire other people or other corporations to come up with their own CSR projects to pass on or to give back to the communities where they operate. And also, we would like to inspire others who are already involved in CSR projects to do better or to make their projects bigger and benefit more people. We were all amazed that there was so many CSR projects that have been established for years and unrecognized.
Pinky also gave credit to the founding chairman of SPMJ who conceptualized and created the Driven to Serve project.
I would like to pay tribute to the initiator of this Good Deeds project. This man threw the seed of Driven to Serve Awards about 2 years ago, but it fell on hard ground. Finally, he threw the seeds on fertile ground. So it took root, sprouted some leaves, and we started on the project. Yet, through the year that we've been working on the project, the seed of the Driven to Serve Award sometimes would nearly die because of the difficulty of, they did not have the nourishment from its members. But this man kept on. He believed in the project. So for now, I just want to pay tribute to Ray Butch Gamboa, our founding chairman. That was his idea.
Please welcome the chairman and CEO of Sunshine TV, my dad, Mr. Ray Butch Gamboa.
A pleasant evening to everyone, and thank you for gracing the first ever Society of Philippine Motoring Journalists, or SPMJ, Driven to Serve CSR Awards. Tonight we honor the automotive companies that have shown the most exemplary corporate social responsibility projects they are currently embarking on. SPMJ was officially born on the year 2002, but long before that we have unofficially unified ourselves into a cohesive force in the motoring industry, finding ourselves almost always together in out-of-town or out-of-the-country trips, and the last to leave after every industry event like car launches or press cons. It was easy to band ourselves together for a more meaningful purpose, which is to work with an industry that has embraced us through the years towards providing safer roads with safer vehicles for the future Filipino generation. Our first project was to spread the group's advocacy of road safety to young Filipinos, who are the future drivers and active road users in the country. This was never done before by any group in the past, and SPMJ is proud to have placed this particular trail for promoting road safety awareness in the Philippines. Now, this search for the best CSR initiative within the automotive industry is the second project of SPMJ, and through this we hope to highlight the outstanding CSR projects of our brothers in the motoring industry. All CSR projects are outstanding in their own right because all of them share one mission, and that is to uplift lives and improve communities. We thank our distinguished panel of judges for having taken the time to sit with us on this one. Thank you too to the automotive companies who presented their well-planned and executed CSR projects. With so many worthy projects presented before the panel, it wasn't easy to pick out just a few to win the distinguished awards. But then again, there is always 2018 and beyond.
The chairman of CAMPI, the Chamber of Automotive Manufacturers of the Philippines, Attorney Romel Gutierrez, also addressed the guests to talk about the auto industry in the Philippines.
It is truly an honor to stand before you tonight on this very momentous occasion, the first Driven to Serve Awards. So tonight, even before the SPMJ announces the winners in this first Driven to Serve Awards night, I believe we are all already winners and that we can all take pride in being good corporate citizens. I congratulate all the automotive industry players who have generously committed company resources to undertake different kinds of CSR projects where they felt it was most needed. Tonight indeed a night for celebrating good deeds, and on behalf of the automotive industry, I thank the SPMJ and its sponsors for conceptualizing and organizing the Driven to Serve CSR Awards.
Coming up next on this week's Autofocus TV special are more highlights and sidelights of the awards night of the SPMJ Driven to Serve Awards held at the Ceremonial Hall of Marriott Grand Ballroom of Resorts World Manila. We shall be right back.